Welcome back, everybody. This has been a phenomenal day here in North Carolina with my family. I'm gonna call him family right now because I think we done past friendship. This is family. We took some time to really get to talk about a lot of things, and Tone has given me some inspiration, some highlights that we really need to point out. So as he continues to provide us with the documentary of his life and where he's moving in the future, I'm going to ask him to highlight on the prison system, especially throughout the United States, and the resources when you are released from prison. We found out not only in Virginia, not only probably on the East Coast, I'm going to say the East Coast, there is not a lot of resources. And what I mean by that is when you are let out, whatever money that they provide to you, you have to make that work. You have to buy clothes with it. You have to find a place to lay your head. You have to get food. And then you have to find transportation if you're trying to get a job. So we're going to talk about that, but we're also going to talk about how your mental status changes and how you have to work harder to not let that put you in a state of depression or anger or frustration, whereas though you don't want to move forward. So Tone, I'm going to let you take it away and take your time with this because I'm going to listen to all this. Okay? So go right ahead. Thank you.
So yeah, we took some time not too long ago and we was talking about, situations from my experience while incarcerated, as far as, the help that is needed once you're released. And, I was just sharing with her basically that you really don't get the kind of help that's needed to put you in a position to where you can be comfortable coming home. I mean, in my situation, like I said earlier, they gave me $45 and my PO picked me up and he took me to my residence. And mind you, I had just been incarcerated for 22 plus years, from the age of 15 until I was 37. And while I was incarcerated, I didn't really try to learn a whole lot as far as survival methods and things like that. I was just more caught up into the system. And you have to look at what can $45 do for a person that's been incarcerated practically his whole life, and he's a grown adult, so you really can't expect for someone, whether it's a family member or relative, to do anything for you. If they do, you just be thankful for that, but you really have to look at that. When you don't have no resources, you just been down all this time and you pushed out here in society with a couple of dollars. And with my situation, I didn't even know what to do with the $45. All I knew is I can eat with it. And I felt like from that experience, what's needed to be done is the system needs to take the initiative to put more money and to put having places for people that's coming out of incarceration. We have a lot, like I said earlier, abandoned buildings. We got places and land that, if you can build little shelters for people coming out of incarceration, that way it gives them a guarantee for a place to lay their head. you can start jobs in the communities, and which is done by us anyway, going through the communities and picking up the trash to make better and cleaner community. But that's a job for someone coming out, and it's, I've thought about this for a minute. It's something that can ease a person's mind, knowing that he has a place to come to lay his head. He'll have food to put on his stomach, and so forth. And no one really looks at these things, that a lot of people get out and they get put in these situations where, they try to figure out what can they do with just a couple of dollars, and that's really much of nothing when, if they're lined up with the job, they know that eventually they'll have a paycheck coming. You're not putting your trust completely in, certain people and certain things, and you're not getting nothing out of it. I've been through these processes, and that's why I chose to speak about it, because I did these things. I went to social services. I tried to get connected to things that could help me with my situation, and I just kept getting put onto this program or this program and this program when I'm expecting my services to be helped here. This is where I was sent. And then at that time, you got to look at, here I am, fresh out of incarceration, no place to really live, or nothing. And I'm just banking on $45 to get me from A to B. And once you get to thinking like that and you feel like you can't accomplish anything, then you're all over the place. And now I got to do whatever I got to do by any means necessary. And people don't see that sucks, because that's a situation that can lead you right back to incarceration. But if we put more money into having and building places for guys that's coming out of there, giving them an opportunity to step into something and to build from that point on, is something that I feel like will help a whole lot of people refrain from being incarcerated. And that's just my opinion. Also, a lot of these resources, they don't put forth the effort that's really needed to get you in these positions. Some people just, give you the short end of the stick instead of the long end. And now you stuck trying to figure it out on your own. And if you're a person that, you like me, that's been gone for all these years, you're really stuck in an era where you don't really know what's going on. And it's hard for you to motivate yourself because you don't really know anything. And you need that help. And that's why it's important for, if you put me in the cares of these services, it's best that these services keep their hands on you, keep us connected. Mm-hmm. You think about that. You're putting somebody in society to just go right back. Mm-hmm. $45 is not gonna stabilize no one. I mean, how? You can't pay for no hotel rooms. Mm-hmm. And even if you could, it would probably take that whole $45. Right. Then what about food? Transportation, to try to go do the things that you need to do to stay in society, to go do these positive things that you want to do to try to fixate your life. And these are the things that people in society, they overlook. And not everyone, some people see it, but you got to talk about these things. You have to share these things with people that need to hear this, that need to see this, and think about these things. Even now, what I just spoke on, if more people would take the initiative to do that, I'm almost for certain that they will see some progress come out of it. I really truly believe that if they did this to help guys that's coming out here that don't have no structure, be lined up with a guaranteed job upon their release and residence, that it would make a big difference. We also spoke on earlier about family
and redefining our new normal. What is our new normal for the future? How do we get to where, as though what we've lost, how do we move forward? Because a lot of people can't pick up. They can't.
Well, I would say with that, for one, nothing is more powerful than putting your trust in God.
Amen.
Because nothing in life will ever be right if it's not His way.
It's true.
And if you think about it, those of you who don't have God in your life, look at your trials and tribulations versus those who decided to allow Him in their life and the changes that has become daily. Because it don't all happen at once, like a lot of us want them to.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a key part in transitioning, into becoming a better person, is giving your life to God. And I like to speak on that topic a lot, because once I began to put my trust in Him, I started seeing all types of changes. And I began to learn that no matter what, every little step that I made forward, that was progress. And I knew that I would have hiccups in the road, because I still do, honestly. But I still tell myself every day that, God, you're in control, and just continue to make me a better man. So,
He has made you a better man.
Well,
yes,
true indeed.
And I've observed that. I ain't know you the whole time, but I've observed that. And when we reconvene tomorrow, that beautiful queen of yours is going to highlight that.
He definitely has, because it was, I'm telling you, I felt like I was the devil at one point in time. I really just didn't have no filter. I didn't have no heart. Like, I didn't care about nothing. Nobody, incarceration, none of that, And I'm so thankful now that I'm a work in progress, and that I just, I leave my past in the past. And I know a lot of things that I shared today, a lot of people, may have negative things to say about me and stuff like that. And I can honestly tell you that I'm at a point in my life where it don't even bother me. I made some wrong choices in my life that I'm not happy about, but I'm thankful that God gave me a second chance to get it right, and that's where I'm at right now.
Can I reiterate on that? Although we make mistakes in our life, isn't it our own mistakes? Don't we take ownership for our own mistakes?
That's right.
Okay. So you took ownership for yours. I took ownership for mine. It doesn't matter how anybody else looks at it, because to be honest with you, they did not support you then, and if they don't want to support you now, it's okay, because I'm the one that made a mistake. I'm the one that corrected it, and I'm the one that's moving forward.
Right. I know in my heart now that
yes.
no matter what, I'm a good person.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
You
and
know,
I can contest to that.
And I want you all to know, if you've been incarcerated, you don't have to, feel guilty about nothing.
Mm-hmm.
We made wrong choices.
Yep.
Everybody does it under different circumstances.
Yes.
And all you can do is just capitalize from it and try to do the right things with your life,
Mm-hmm.
for you, because at the end of the day, your world revolves around you and nobody else,
Mm-hmm.
And if you make a peace with yourself from your situations, then that makes it much easier for you to move forward in life.
Yes.
And that's what I'm learning. And so every day may not be peaches and cream, but I'd rather go through the struggle, because I see that struggle will make you stronger. Because I've been through it. I've been through some of the worst situations. And look at me now. I'm a successful businessman,
Yes.
up and coming small business owner.
But you're humble.
And that's because I applied everything that I told myself that I was going to do this last time of incarceration. That I was going to come out here, I was going to get my LLC, that I was going to get my business going no matter how long it took me, even if it took me to my grave. But if this is what it takes to keep me free and grounded, then this is what I was going to do, because I was not going back to the penitentiary for nobody other than my family, which is my loved ones, and somebody that loves me just that much. And I can live with that, protecting my family. But anything else outside of that,
can I honestly say that if you speak it into existence, it will come to light?
and I know it is.
Yep.
I know it is.
Yes.
I'm past feeling, like I can't open up, and that's too. Don't never be afraid to open up about something that you got weighing on your heart, especially if you know it's something that may cause you to want to crash out and do something that could cost you your life, cost you to take someone else's life, or anything.
That's true.
Because it does help. Because I wasn't doing that before. I wouldn't talk to nobody. I would let everything bottle up. But me coming out and transitioning, I use that tool now to talk to people more about my feelings and things that I'm going through, even when I feel like I'm about to crash out. I'll call my father, friends, just someone that I know that I open up to them, that I'm going to get a genuine response. And that's all you got to do.
Yes.
And you don't have to prove nothing to nobody. Everybody out here want to be a gangster. But man, that stuff is played out.
That's true.
The whole game has honestly changed. So look at what's going on, man. Every single day people are dying for nothing. No reason at all. Think about just living in peace, man. Doing what makes you happy. Use them tools. Use those whatever it is that you can do in life. Whatever you going to school, whatever trades that you got or anything, apply that. Because that could get you the same kind of money that you out here risking your whole life for. Legit. And it keep you from going in the penitentiary. Because every year that goes by in there, it get worse and worse. And I hope that no one thinks that penitentiary is going to get any better. I know from 2 experiences. The first one was worse, but the second one was even better. So why put my life, or why put your life in a predicament to want to go somewhere when I'm sharing with y'all my experiences twice? So what you think the third time gonna be? If it was worse the first time and even worse the second, then you imagine what the third time gonna be, and so on.
Yeah.
So it's just a lot that everyone, and I'm directing this to males and females, because
Yes.
we do have females that's getting incarcerated, and they
Mm-hmm.
have some of the same experiences that we're going through, with the system really not giving you the right avenues for when you get out to rebuild your life.
That's true.
There is more that the government and all can do. You know, some of this money need to be applied to areas and things that we can
Mm-hmm.
make attempts to do better. There's nothing wrong with making an attempt to try to see if there's something that we can do better
Mm-hmm.
for our children, our people, period, in society today.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really think about this, people, because, I mean, some people in there, you got some great men behind that wall. Some of them locked up for something that they even do. We see it every day. We got cases being beaten from guys that done put practically their whole lives in there because the system not doing the things that they should be doing to protect us, like they say. Even though we done committed these crimes, they are still supposed to protect our well-being.
That's right. But you and I both know, Tone, when you are incarcerated, that system of incarceration is totally, totally different from out here. They
Right.
make up their own rules.
And they become judgmental.
Yes.
You know, a lot of people in the system really aren't there to help you.
Yeah.
Honestly, they're just there for the paycheck. And saying
Right.
if we don't get this stuff under control, is why the system is gonna keep being revolving door
Mm-hmm.
to a lot of men that really want to get out here and try to do better for themselves.
Right.
It's time for people in society to step up. You know, ask questions. You know, some of y'all avoid your family members that's
Mm-hmm.
really going through things, you know, because you holding these burdens and stuff when we shouldn't be doing that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's not of a godly way if you are a believer. You know, we need to, you know, be the voice for the people. You need to listen to them
Mm-hmm.
and see what they got to share with you. Things like I'm sharing. You know, it's stuff that y'all really need to hear instead of judging
Mm-hmm.
all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And this is not for everyone, because there are people out there that know and understand what's going on, but we need a lot more people.
Mm-hmm.
We need a lot more ex-convicts like myself that
Mm-hmm.
we got to stand up and we got to put this stuff out there. We got to let them know our experiences so that people can really see the stuff that we've been through, the depths that, you know, we've been put in situations that our backs were against the wall, you know, and it may have caused us to become a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I may not have disliked this officer at one point in time, but because of his mistreatment towards me for no apparent reason other than a power trip, then you think about the results from that.
Mm-hmm.
On my end, I never win because he's the officer, and now I'm incarcerated, put in a hole, and my sentence is going backwards instead of forward, all because he's on a power trip.
Mm-hmm.
You know, things like that happen in there that don't need to be happening.
You know, Tony, you mentioned something when we took a break, that when you're going through mental challenges, or when you're going through depression, anger issues, the individuals that they connect you with when you're incarcerated, or even when you're out here, you and I both agree to this, that those people they connect you with have never been in the situation that you are coming out of.
That's
So
right.
how can you give me advice? How can you help me when you truly do not understand what I'm going through? Like we said, you're reading from a manual. You're reading my transcript. But do you have a family member or have you been locked up? So what advice can you give me to help me, cope with my coping when you've never been in that situation? So if I need to move forward, we need individuals that have been down that road to come together, like you just saying, come together and help build me up. Okay, how did you cope? Well, this is what I did. We have all these programs for people that have cancer, that have drug addictions, alcohol. They sit around and they get together and they have these meetings. But where is the meeting for people that have been incarcerated? When do we unite and come together and help build one another up and help them with the coping skills? But you'll send me to a therapist that, I pay $30 an hour, $50 an hour, $75 an hour. They don't know nothing about being incarcerated. Nothing about the prison system.
Well, I want to say this on that topic. I had a situation while I was incarcerated. Recently, in 2022, I was at Indian Creek, and I was in the reentry program, and they kept forcing a lot of people to want to take reentry. And I was involved because, like I say, I was trying to, find my way. And but I knew my experiences as well, and I asked the question, and I said, well, you're trying to tell me that upon my release, you're going to give me this information and connect me to these resources that are going to help me. And I share with you that I've been through that situation before,
and it ain't helped me.
And they didn't help me. All they did was try to connect me to other resources because these resources were so either bagged up or whatever. Now, if that be the case, what do you do next?
Right.
If you're a person that has nothing, but you're a person that's trying to do better for yourself, what avenues do you take next? If they tell me, well, you can get food at the pantry, and I go to the pantry and they're out of food, what do I do next? Go to another pantry. And if I get the same response, then what do I do next? And then after I did all this all day long and nothing comes out of it, please tell me, what do I do next?
They can't answer that because they don't know what you do next.
You see what I'm saying? And her responses just kept saying, but there are other resources. Well, if there are other resources, what are those other resources? Because I need to know, because I'm trying to do better for myself and I need these resources so when I get out here, I won't be putting myself in situations to where I have to come back.
Right. My exact words. Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because with situations like that, that causes triggers.
Yes.
When you put a person in a situation where their back is up against the wall, not knowing their mental stability, knowing how much that they can take and all this can lead to a detrimental situation. And that's why a lot of people relapse. A lot of people resort back to doing crime and all of this stuff. Not everybody, but it happens. And it's facts. It's proven. Look at the statistics.
So true.
So this is why we need more people to get involved.
Yes. 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 Now, Tone, I'm going to, this is, been an eventful day. And we're going to come back tomorrow with you and your beautiful wife and we are going to share more stories, but this goes to my heart.
Right.
It goes to my heart. So I have to get myself in a mindset where I can continue with this podcast. But I want to give our viewers a couple of pivotal moments from yourself that you can leave in their hearts and minds to move forward in life. And also, I want to let our viewers know that Tone is only a click away. And what I mean by that, you can email him through our website. You can email him through the YouTube or through Facebook, and we can connect you if you have a question. The only thing that's stopping you from connecting is yourself. Don't be ashamed about what transpired in your life, because there are others out here that you can connect with, and that's what we're trying to do. But if there was two things that you could say to our viewers to leave that lasting impression in their mind and heart, what would that be?
As y'all can already tell, my biggest thing is when you're trying to do something better in life and you never had no guidance, walk with God.
Mm-hmm.
Let him guide you. And those of you who are out there throwing your lives away, and those of you that have, just remember this and keep this in the back of your mind, that crime does not pay.
Yes.
It does not pay. It leads to two of the worstest things in life that can happen to a human being, and that's death and incarceration.
So true.
So ask yourself, is that something that you want for the rest of your life? Do you want to die? Do you want to go to jail?
Or do you want to live your life and repair?
True indeed. And I would hope that a lot of you guys would want to make changes with your life, because it's so much peaceful from my story, in which I'll talk a little bit about more tomorrow.
Yes.
As far as how I got to where I'm at now, and the blessings that God blessed me with now.
Yes. I am really looking forward to
And
tomorrow.
If y'all have any questions, feel free to ask. Like, I have no filter, no cut cards. Like I said, I want to be as genuine as I possibly can, no matter how it comes out. I'm really not used to talking, on social media and stuff like that. But this was also something I felt compelled to do. I wanted to be the voice for my people, no matter the color or nothing. I just want to be a voice for everyone and let them see that we can all have a better life if we just trust God, and trust him wholeheartedly and genuinely and mean it, and know that, he knows our heart. And even though we're making mistakes and we still have our hiccups down the road, he knows our heart, and as long as you understand that, that's something that's going to help you walk through life so much better. Trust me.
Yes.
You don't have to feel bad because, you relapsed or you done something wrong. You just keep fighting. Don't give up. Just keep fighting, because everybody has their breaking point. But and Mrs. Powers,
yes,
I really appreciate you coming.
Oh, I appreciate being here. But I wanted to say one thing. If it wasn't for our co-founder, Mr. Haz'el, we would not be here.
Right.
Because I believe that God anoints people and puts people in your life that you need to stay connected with for a reason. Because those are the people, those are the voices, those are the creative minds that are hidden. I'm going to say hidden talent behind those walls. There's a lot of hidden talent behind those walls. And you are that exceptional person with that hidden talent. And he is.
So
Mr. Lamont is too.
So quickly before we go.
Yes.
This is one of my partners, Lamont here. You know, we were very close when I was at Coffeewood, and we had a lot of great conversations about, you know, just incarceration, everyday life, and trying to become better men.
Yes.
And I can attest to his story too. He's really a great person, and he's also a work in progress.
Yes.
And I was very excited to be able to come on their podcast and try to uplift not just, you know, certain people, but everybody.
Yes, everybody.
You know, we want to see everybody win.
Mm-hmm.
We want to see everybody become successful in life,
Yes.
not behind no bars,
Yeah.
having to deal with things, you know, in situations that is really not helpful for you at all.
Yeah.
Your freedom should mean more to you than anything.
And they need to reach out to them. People that feel as though that they are alone, they need to reach out, and that's all we're trying to have people feel comfortable with reaching out to one another. I'm not saying you gotta open up and tell your whole story. I'm just saying if you're in a situation and you don't know which direction to go on their website and say, hey, I need help.
Right.
Where can I go? I'm telling you, your knowledge, my knowledge, Lamont's knowledge, and 1,000 other people, millions of people, they can help you. All you gotta do is just don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to ask. All right, so we're gonna close out. We want to thank you all for joining us. I can't wait till tomorrow because tomorrow is a big day.
Yes, tomorrow is
and
a
I'm
big
gonna
day.
keep you guys a little bit guessing what tomorrow is going to bring for us. Yeah. So thank you all for joining us. Please, please, please do not forget to give us a like on YouTube, Facebook, but also send us a comment. Let us know if there's something that you would like to hear from Tone, that you want some clarity on, or you just want him to share more information on, because we can always connect. This is not just a one-time episode or a one-time visit. This will be my third home. Georgia is my first. Virginia is my second, but North Carolina is going to be my third home. So I'm coming back because I know where the good food is. Anyway, good food, good company, good family.
And y'all will learn about that part tomorrow.
Yes.
So stay tuned. And like I said, I'm an open book. I have no cut cards and no secrets. I feel like if I can't be genuine with you,
yes,
then I'm not going to say anything at all. So if you have any comments, please,
yes,
you know, come reach out to us.
Yes. And we do have a surprise.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, because we looking to hear what y'all got to say.
Yes. Amen. And tomorrow,
Peace.